Outlander fans, get ready, Claire and Jamie's epic journey is coming to an end. The 8th and final season of the mega-hit Star series is on the horizon, and star Caitriona Balf is teasing what's in store. In a recent interview, Balf opened up about the emotional final chapter and how the series will tie up its long-running storylines. While promoting her new film The Amateur, Balf sat down with CBR and shared some insights into the upcoming season of Outlander. Though she stayed careful not to reveal too much, Balf confirmed that fans can expect closure. "I think we see more of the relationships," she said. "There's a lot of loose ends that get sort of tied up, and I hope that those are kind of satisfying conclusions for people." The actress, who has played Claire Randall since the series debuted in 2014, also reflected on the emotions of filming the final season. "It was such an emotional season to film, and there were so many goodbyes to places and people that we've loved for so long," Balf admitted. "I just really hope that it's a satisfying tribute to our fans, because we would never have been on air for that long without them." When asked whether Claire would display any new magical abilities in the final episodes, Balf jokingly replied, "I don't know what I can say, or somebody swoops in and kills me." While her response was lighthearted, it's clear she's protecting the final season's surprises. Star's time travel drama will officially conclude with a 10-episode 8th season, set to premiere in late 2025. While an exact date hasn't been announced, filming wrapped in late 2024, with post-production finishing this spring. Jamie Fraser himself, Sam Heughan, even revealed on Instagram in March that he had completed the last ADR for the series finale. The final season is expected to largely follow Diana Gabaldon's Written in My Own Heart's Blood, though showrunner Matthew B. Roberts confirmed to TV Line that some elements from later books may also appear. "Nothing that doesn't affect Jamie and Claire gets in," Roberts emphasized. "It's gotta affect Jamie and Claire." One major storyline fans are eager to see resolved is the Season 7 cliffhanger involving Claire and Jamie's daughter, Faith. Though presumed stillborn in Season 2, Roberts promised that Season 8 will finally address this lingering mystery visually. Meanwhile, other fan-favorite characters may experience life-changing moments as well. Sophie Skelton, who plays Brianna, hinted that Brianna and Roger might expand their family. "We sometimes stick to the books, and we sometimes don't," Skelton told TV Line. "But I think it would be great if they had another child." Ahead of the final season, fans can also look forward to the Outlander prequel Outlander, Blood of My Blood, premiering on August 8th on Starz. As Outlander approaches its emotional conclusion with the 8th and final season, Caitriona Balf, who has portrayed the indomitable Claire Fraser for over a decade, shares her reflections on bringing the saga to a close and addressing the lingering narratives that have captivated fans. From the wild Scottish Highlands of the 18th century to the tumultuous years of the American Revolutionary War, Outlander has taken viewers on an epic journey that defies the boundaries of time and genre. At its center has always been Balf's portrayal of Claire, a 20th-century woman thrown into the past, whose fierce intelligence, unyielding courage, and deep, complicated love for Jamie Fraser formed the emotional backbone of the series. Balf describes the end of Outlander as very sad, very bittersweet, acknowledging the profound impact the series has had on her life and career. It's a statement made with visible emotion. Her voice trembles slightly in interviews, her eyes flickering with the weight of a decade's worth of stories, friendships, triumphs, and challenges. Having spent more than 10 years embodying Claire, she expresses a sense of loss at parting with the character and the world she has inhabited. "Claire is such a part of me," Balf has often said. "I've spent more time as her in the past 10 years than I have being myself. So it's very strange to think I might never put on that corset again, or walk those familiar sets." But as bittersweet as it is, Balf also sees the beauty in endings. It's rare in television to be given the chance to end a story the way you want to. So many shows get cut off early or fizzle out, but we've been given the gift of crafting a final chapter. And that means we can really honor the journey we've taken. Indeed, one of the unique aspects of Outlander's final season is how deliberately the showrunners are working to close the many threads woven over the years, from time travel mysteries to character arcs that span lifetimes and continents. In the penultimate season, Claire is seen grappling with the presumed death of her beloved husband, Jamie Fraser. This unexpected twist leads to a dramatic shift in her life. She marries Lord John Grey, a fan-favorite character known for his loyalty, integrity, and unrequited love for Jaime. For longtime viewers, this storyline sparked both intrigue and controversy. How could Claire move on? How could she share a marriage with someone so intrinsically tied to Jaime himself? But in true Outlander fashion, the story never offers easy answers, and Balf's performance anchors the emotional complexity with her characteristic nuance. However, Jaime's shocking return in the finale of Season 7 reframes everything. His survival, and the revelation that his adult son William is now a more central figure in the narrative, introduces new emotional stakes. There are confrontations to be had, forgiveness to be given or withheld, and consequences from choices made in grief. Balf emphasizes the importance of addressing these loose ends, ensuring that long-term viewers feel that their investment in the series has been honored. "We've been living with these characters for so long," she says, "so every decision we make in this final season carries a lot of weight. We know fans are watching closely, and we're determined to give them a conclusion that feels honest, moving, and true to who these people are." For many in the cast, the secrecy surrounding the finale added both excitement and a sense of surreal finality. Despite the conclusion being filmed, Balf reveals that the cast was kept in the dark about certain aspects of the final episodes. "Even we didn't know everything," she says. "There were moments when scripts came in the night before, or even on the day. It was like living through the mystery ourselves." This method, while occasionally stressful, allowed the actors to remain present in their performances, reacting in real time to new information. It also helped preserve the element of surprise, both for audiences and for the actors themselves. Balf has been an integral part of the show's creative process, not only as a lead actor but also stepping behind the camera in recent seasons to serve as a producer and, in some episodes, director. This evolution has deepened her understanding of storytelling and her commitment to making Outlander a project that reflects not only its literary roots, but also the collaborative spirit of its cast and crew. "The set has become like a second home," she admits. "There's so much history in every prop, every costume. You walk onto the stage, and you can feel the energy of all the years we've spent building this world." As the show wraps, Balf is looking forward to what lies beyond the stones. Her next major role is in the upcoming spy thriller The Amateur, in which she plays a Russian hacker. The role is a significant departure from Claire Fraser, but still reflects Balf's penchant for complex, layered women. "I'm really drawn to characters who have dualities, who are strong but flawed, intelligent but vulnerable. That's what I loved about Claire, and it's what I'm excited to explore in this new role." In addition to her work in international cinema, Balf has expressed a growing interest in returning to her Irish roots. She's openly discussed her desire to work on Irish-language projects, which would allow her to tell stories closer to home. "Ireland has such a rich tradition of storytelling, and the language is such a beautiful part of that," she says. "It would be incredible to be a part of bringing that to a wider audience." Balf's journey with Outlander has been nothing short of transformative. Cast as Claire in 2013, the former model had minimal acting credits, but quickly proved she was more than capable of carrying a sprawling historical drama on her shoulders. Over the years, she has been nominated for multiple awards, earned critical acclaim, and built a fiercely loyal fanbase. Claire Fraser has become one of television's most iconic female protagonists, a woman of science and passion, grit and compassion. But beyond the accolades and storylines, Balf often returns to what Outlander has meant on a personal level. The relationships formed on set, particularly with co-star Sam Heughan, who plays Jaime, have become like family. "Sam and I have shared so much," she says. "We've grown together through this experience. It's rare to have that kind of on-screen and off-screen bond." The final season of Outlander promises to deliver the emotional depth and resolution that fans have eagerly anticipated. With time travel still an ever-present theme, there are lingering questions. What is the ultimate fate of Claire and Jaime? Will their story end in tragedy or peace? How do the lives they've touched, Brianna, Roger, Lord John, William, carry their legacy forward? The writers are aware of the burden of closing such a beloved saga, and early glimpses suggest a season that honors both the sweeping romance and the philosophical heart of the show. The idea of legacy is central to these final episodes. For Claire and Jamie, it's not just about surviving, it's about meaning. What has their journey meant? What will remain after they're gone? It's a theme that resonates with Balf, who has often said she hopes Outlander is remembered for more than just its steamy love scenes and time travel mechanics. At its core, it's a story about love, yes, but also about resilience, about fighting for what you believe in, about finding connection across time and culture. As production wraps, fans around the world are preparing for the end with their own brand of nostalgia, rewatching favorite episodes, attending fan conventions, and sharing artwork, essays, and tributes to a show that has become a cultural touchstone. From its lush cinematography and intricate costumes to its raw explorations of trauma, identity, and transformation, Outlander has carved out a unique place in television history. The final scenes were filmed in Scotland, where it all began. There was a symmetry to that, Balf says. We started in the Highlands, and we ended there too. It felt right. Like coming full circle. The cast and crew reportedly held a quiet wrap party in a converted barn just outside Inverness, sharing toasts, laughter, and tears as they said goodbye to a world they built together. What comes next for Outlander is still unfolding. A prequel series, Outlander, Blood of My Blood, is in development, and Balf has hinted that she may be involved in some capacity, though whether that's as a director, producer, or even in a cameo remains to be seen. There's always more story to tell, she says with a smile. But for now, the focus is on this final chapter, a chance to honor the journey, tie up the threads, and say goodbye to Claire Fraser in a way that resonates deeply with both the character and the millions who have walked beside her. As Balf steps into a new phase of her career, she does so with grace, gratitude, and the fierce spirit of a woman who helped redefine what it means to be a heroine in modern television. The Outlander series has long been a masterclass in blending historical fiction with time travel, romance, and mysticism. Diana Gabaldon's first novel in the series, published in 1991, opened with a ghostly mystery that has captivated readers and viewers alike for more than 3 decades. The appearance of Jamie Fraser's ghost watching Claire Randall in 1945 Inverness. This strange and haunting moment, seen in both the first book and the pilot episode of the Outlander TV adaptation, has remained one of the series' most perplexing enigmas. As the series prepares to enter its final season on Starz in 2025, fans are both eager and anxious to learn whether this mystery will be resolved in a satisfying way. Outlander Season 8 marks the end of the road for the television adaptation, but not the book series. Diana Gabaldon is still working on the 10th and final book, which she has promised will tie up all the narrative threads she has carefully laid out. However, showrunner Matthew B. Roberts and Gabaldon herself have both made it clear that the TV show and the book series will conclude differently. This divergence presents both a challenge and an opportunity. On the one hand, the show has creative license to shape its own unique ending. On the other, it risks alienating fans if it fails to provide closure to long-standing questions, especially the mystery of Jamie's ghost. The ghost scene is iconic. In the beginning of Outlander, Claire and Frank Randall are on a second honeymoon in Scotland after World War II. During one rainy night in Inverness, Frank sees a tall, red-haired man in full Highland dress watching Claire through a window. The figure vanishes, and the moment is dismissed as a strange hallucination, at least until Claire travels back in time through the standing stones at Cray na Dun and meets Jamie Fraser, the man whose ghost Frank had supposedly seen. Ever since that moment, fans have speculated endlessly about the nature of Jamie's ghost, its purpose, and its implications for the overall story. A common fan theory is that Jamie dies at Culloden, and that his ghost is somehow connected to Claire due to a love so strong it transcends time. However, both the show and the books have since revealed that Jamie survived Culloden, meaning that explanation no longer holds. Instead, the focus has shifted to more mystical and metaphysical possibilities. One such theory suggests that Jamie has the ability to astrally project his consciousness through time while he is dreaming. This theory is supported by instances in both the show and the books where Jamie seems to connect with people in the future through dreams, particularly his children Jemmy and Mandy. If Jamie is indeed capable of astral projection, This would provide a neat explanation for the ghostly sighting. In Season 8, the show might depict Jamie falling into a deep sleep or near-death state during a critical moment, during which his soul journeys through time and sees Claire in 1945. He might not even be aware of this ability consciously, but in his subconscious, he could be driven by an overwhelming desire to find and protect Claire. Perhaps he is pulled toward her across time during a moment of great emotional distress, and his apparition is simply the visual representation of his soul seeking hers. As logical and intriguing as this explanation might be, there's a risk that it could feel too convenient or underwhelming. Part of what made the original ghost scene so powerful was its mystery and emotional resonance. It suggested a love that defied the laws of nature, a connection so profound that even death and time could not sever it. Simply attributing the ghost to an astral dream might cheapen that sentiment. For Outlander Season 8 to truly do justice to this moment, it must imbue the explanation with emotional weight and poetic storytelling, not just supernatural mechanics. Moreover, the ghost's appearance set the tone for the entire series. It was eerie, mysterious, and romantic, a perfect opening that hinted at deeper forces at play. Returning to that same tone in the final season would bring the story full circle. It would remind viewers of the emotional stakes and the mystical undercurrents that have always driven the narrative. Claire and Jamie's love story has been tested by war, politics, family drama, and the literal boundaries of time. Ending their journey with a return to that ghostly moment could offer a poignant and resonant conclusion. There is another possibility that would retain the emotional and symbolic power of Jamie's ghost, tying it to an actual near-death experience. In the upcoming Battle of King's Mountain, Jamie is expected to be gravely wounded. Claire, using her medical knowledge and fierce determination, will likely bring him back from the brink of death. During that liminal period, Jamie's soul could traverse time in a desperate bid to be near Claire. Perhaps in that moment, his spirit finds itself in 1945, gazing at her with longing and love before being pulled back into his body. This scenario would preserve the romantic and tragic aspects of the ghost, while also grounding it in an emotionally charged moment of life and death. Such a scene could be depicted with cinematic beauty and narrative elegance. Imagine Jamie lying on a battlefield, bleeding and unconscious, as Claire fights to save him. Meanwhile, his spirit walks the misty streets of Inverness, drawn to the house where Claire stands by the window. The wind rustles the curtains, and for a fleeting second, their eyes meet across time. Then just as suddenly he is gone. Claire in 1945 is unsettled. Claire in the 18th century revives Jamie. It would be a perfect blend of heartbreak and hope, a moment that encapsulates the themes of Outlander. Of course, there is still the danger that the show will opt for a more simplistic or rushed explanation. With only one season left to wrap up years of storytelling, it's possible that some plot threads will be tied off quickly, or with less depth than they deserve. Fans are understandably wary. Outlander has built a reputation on rich, character-driven storytelling, and anything less than a thoughtful conclusion would be disappointing. The ghost mystery is not just a quirky plot point, it's a symbol of the show's heart and soul. In interviews, Diana Gabaldon has said that she knows exactly when and why Jamie's ghost appears, and that the explanation will be revealed in the final book. However, since the book won't be out before the show ends, the series will have to make a choice: to interpret the mystery on its own terms, or to leave it ambiguous and open-ended. Both options carry risks. An open-ended conclusion might feel unsatisfying after so many years of build-up. A definitive answer, if poorly handled, could diminish the power of the moment. Ideally, the show would find a middle ground. It could depict Jamie's ghostly appearance as part of a spiritual or metaphysical journey tied to his deep connection with Claire, without spelling out every detail. Letting some mystery remain might preserve the magic, while still giving fans a sense of closure. The key is to respect the emotional resonance of the original scene, to honor the love story that has captivated millions. Outlander Season 8 has a tremendous task ahead of it. It must resolve numerous storylines, develop character arcs, and deliver a satisfying conclusion. But among its most important duties is addressing the ghost of Jamie Fraser. This mystery is more than just a plot device, it is the soul of the story. It reminds us that Jamie and Claire's love is timeless, that it endures across lifetimes and centuries. To answer the ghost question carelessly would be to betray that sentiment. But to answer it with care, beauty, and reverence could elevate the entire series to legendary status. So as we prepare to say goodbye to Jamie and Claire, let us hope that Outlander remembers where it began. Let us hope that Season 8 returns to the misty streets of Inverness, to the haunting vision of a ghost and a woman who would soon journey through time. Let us hope that the final chapter of the TV series gives this mystery the poetic resolution it deserves, one that leaves us in tears, not disappointment.